Why does the black man serve the white man? Why does everything the black man do benefit the white man? Why does the black man say freedom is doing what I want to do? And why is it that everything he wants to do enriches the European?
Welcome to the desert of the real.
So the situation is this, brother. Let's discuss the hostility between black men and black women when it comes to social interaction in public settings. Why is it so hard for the black men to exchange pleasantries, common courtesy, and give compliments to black women without having to be the victim of every bad relationship or interaction she has had with black men in the past? Is every good morning or hello an invitation for sex, or just good morning and hello? Also, even if his intention is to get with her, what is wrong with that? How else is she supposed to meet someone you don't know and want to know? Jump into the fry and let's get into it and get the bottom line. Get to the bottom line.
Wow, that's a lot right there.
Yeah, that's a lot.
What should we focus on first?
Let's focus on the hello part, man. Let's focus on the very top.
All right, well, let me see. I can speak about this from my perspective, using my job as an example. I've been working there for about over 11 years, almost 12 years. So when you come into a place all the time, you see people all the time. You see them every damn day. You know, it's just like if you're on a schedule where you have to be to work at a certain time and you have people in your neighborhood or whatever, like you see the same people all the time if they're on similar schedules, right? So there's people I see that in my building that when I'm leaving out, I always see them. So I always say, hey, how you doing? Or good night, or good morning, or whatever.
Right.
When I go to the job, if I see certain people that's coming in, usually they're coming in when I'm going out or whatever because I worked overnight. Good morning, how you doing? Now, every single person I say good morning to, I'm not trying to rap to. I'm not saying, you know, it's good morning. It's not, can I bear your children? It's not anything deeper than that. It's I come from the South. That's what you do in the South. You say good morning. You say excuse me. You say thank you. You say, oh, you look good this evening. Oh, you know, those common pleasantries are normal. It's pedestrian in the South, you know. But when you're a third-generation New Yorker, it might seem strange and odd. It's like some alien landing from another, you know, planet. When you actually say good morning to people, people think something is wrong, or you want some money or something, or you trying to rap to them. It's like all the suspicion involved around this common pleasantry. And so I understand why it's like that. I just don't get it, you know, because it's not my culture. It's not the environment that I was raised up in. And also another thing, like in terms of the job, if you see somebody coming to a job for like 11 years, wouldn't you make the connection that that person actually works there?
Yeah.
Are they, or what are they doing? Are they casing the joint for like 11 years so they can finally rob it on the 12th?
Yeah, that's what it is. I think that's normally might be the issue right there. You know,
because I get some strange reactions, man. And strange reactions. And me and you were talking about this. Remember about like because I had made the point about this on the thread, and one of the brothers was like, oh, it's always been like that. And I disagree. It has not always been like it is now. There's a hostility.
It definitely has not always been like that. In the early 80s, in the 80s and the 90s, it was no problem getting a woman.
Yeah, I remember the 80s. I remember the 90s. It was not the level of hostility that exists right now. Now, when a black man approaches a black woman, it's almost like Star Trek. Her defense shields go up. She's looking at him all crazy. She got the squinch mouth and the screw face. Okay, what this nigga want? Even if it's even if he's not trying to get with her. You know, I've had it happen to me when I go and get a token, or I used to, like buy a Metro card or whatever on a train or whatever. It's like you just, when you're on a bus, it's just constant, like, you come in and you say, good morning, how you doing? And you smile and they're looking at you like, who the fuck you think you talking to?
This shit is crazy. Yeah, I've noticed it myself, brother. I mean, it's to the point that I don't even speak to black women in the street.
That is sad.
I will get introduced to you either by one of your friends or somebody that know you. I'm not just walking up to you because I ain't got time to be going through no black woman battle. For real. Like, I walk up, I don't have my sword out. Women have their swords out ready to chop your head off. So I just ain't in for the sword fight. So I just be like, you know what? I'll just keep these feelings to myself, and that'd just be it.
And the crazy part about it is I wouldn't mind it so much if there wasn't the contradiction of them bitching and moaning, complaining about not meeting anybody. Because what you're doing is you're creating an impossible situation. What you're doing is your whole persona is saying, don't fuck with me. But then when you get amongst your girlfriends and your friends, your main complaint is nobody won't fuck with me. And then you don't want to approach anyone at the same time, but then you're unsatisfied with the people that's approaching you. That's insanity. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, if you don't want people approaching you, then you got to start approaching people. Unless there's another technique. I mean, what is it? We getting into telepathy or something?
Well, that part of women approaching you, if that happens, dude, I'm gonna probably start crying, straight up. I'm gonna start just shedding tears. Like, you just came over and said hello to me. That just don't happen no more, bro. That just don't happen.
Yo, let me show you how incompetent some of these modern women are, especially third-generation New York women. You know that show, The Young Turks?
Yes, sir.
You know the girl on there, her name is Anna?
Yes.
I was watching the show, and there was one of the shows they did was something about attracting the opposite sex. And she said every time she goes out with her friend gets all the guys coming up to her, and she don't get no action, so she almost feels like the ugly duckling. And so they asked her, well, what does your friend do? And she said when her friend sees a guy, her friend makes eye contact and smiles.
That's it.
That's the big Rubik's Cube. That's the big Rubik's Cube that she couldn't figure out.
Crazy. Because that's me, dog. When a woman looks into my eye, we get eye contact, and she smiles at me, that's when I approach her. Other than that, I will not approach a woman in the street unless she does that. That's the answer right there. That is the answer right there. That is
crazy to me that somebody just now figured that out. Because men, we the ones who have to do the pursuing. That's just the way it is, you know. We're the ones that have to put everything on the line, and the ones that got to get, risk getting our feelings hurt. It's no need crying and bitching and moaning about it. That's just the way it is. You know, that's the way it is. I don't have an issue with that. I don't have a problem with it. But what I do have a problem with is the person who is the prey, complaining that they're not getting they're not getting captured by the right predator. Well, what are you doing? What are you doing? Right. Like, when you go out, like, I used to always tell my girlfriends who used to cry and complain to me, I say, the problem is, it's like, look in the animal kingdom. Who gets caught in the animal kingdom? The straggler, right? The person who has separated themselves from the pack. Right. If you go out, you always in the midst of your girlfriends, how the hell is somebody going to talk to you? The predator is trying to pick off that lamb that got left behind, where the pack is going along and they fucking around that. So at some point, you got to separate yourself from the pack and be alone. Because more than likely, if you're in a group of girls, guys, you got predators all around you, and they've already noticed you. All they're waiting for you to do is put yourself in a position where you can be caught. Right. This is real simple shit. This is not difficult shit, man.
So my question is, my other question is to you, what's up when you do speak to them? They think you're trying to get in their drawers.
Well, there's a combination of things for this. A lot of sympathy I have toward women because I understand there's a lot of lame dudes out here. I mean, Mark Hackett just posted something. The reason
why we having this problem is because of the lame dudes.
It's part of it. It's part of the reason. Because there's Mark Hackett posted something about this guy. It's a crazy story. This older guy was liking this girl in his building who had busted her. She got her teeth busted in an automobile accident, right? And he said he walked up to her and told her that he was interested in her. She was a beautiful girl, and he knows she got insecurity because of her mouth. So he was going to buy her some dentures.
Mm-hmm.
She expressed that she wasn't interested in him like that, but of course she, accepted the dentures if he was going to buy it for her. So he buys it for her, whatever, and then after he gets it for her, he started creeping her out. He kept showing up unannounced and just bothering her and texting her and calling, or too much. In other words, typical lame nigga behavior.
Right.
So the nigga got mad when one day when she was coming home, he met her at her front door, grabbed her, and pulled her dentures out.
Oh, damn. Snatched the woman.
Like, I bought these, I'm taking them back. Of course, his ass gets arrested. He's in jail now. I'm sitting up there going, wow. So now, now, could you imagine that same woman? Now we go up to her and say, "Hey, good morning, sister." They first of all, their defenses is up because they dealt with an idiot. So I totally understand. But what I'm trying to get sisters to understand is that's not an excuse to be an asshole. It's a problem. I acknowledge the problem. I understand the reasonings behind the problem. But we have to first acknowledge that it is a problem when you cannot accept simple pleasantries. That's a problem. When every time you think a guy is saying hello, you think he's trying to get in your pants, that's a problem. Can we at least admit that? Because if we can't admit that, then it's a wrap, man. And like I said, this is a new dynamic because it wasn't like that before. There wasn't this open hostility toward black men and women. I think, and me personally, I think the reason for it is all of these lame-ass Negroes and these lame-ass bitches making these videos, complaining and crying and bitching and moaning because they can't get no action from the opposite sex.
Tommy Sotomayor and people like that?
Who? I don't know what you're talking about.
Tommy Sotomayor?
Never heard of him.
This is lame cat on YouTube.
Never heard of him. But, miscellaneous lame people. That's all I'll say.